Hello and welcome. And I guess you're all wondering, what is Force of War? Well, Force of War basically is a online multiplayer card dueling game. It is a game that was created by a handful of developers over the course of about 6 months, and now we're looking to raise some funds to complete the game. And if you see on the screen here, the cards are blank. And that's one of the things we're trying to raise money for. We're trying to get money to get art done, and we want to just have enough to complete the game and really launch it really well. So let me give you a little background on Force of War. Force of War gets its title from the four elements used in the game to play the cards. As you can see here, we have the four elements listed here: the Pyrite, the Hydra, the Terra, and the Abyssal. These elements are used by the eggs here to play the cards, which you see here. Now, the story behind the eggs are, this is actually an element that is in the shape of an egg, and these eggs take spirits from creatures and recreate those creatures, infusing it with the elements that are associated with the creature. And so if you'll look here, I have the Pyrite cards, which is represented by the red number here at the top of the card. The second number, which you will see here, is an attack, and the third number here is the defense. This last little symbol here will come into play in just a minute. So what I will do here is I'll just click one of these eggs, and you see there's an element chooser window. See, the eggs allow you to play your cards. Each player starts with 5 of these. So in Force of War, you don't have to worry about resource building. This is one of the methods we took in order to speed up gameplay. We took out the element of resource building, and we give you 5 resources. Although it's limiting, it does rely on strategy and your method of play. So I'll select one Pyrite, and as you can see, I've charged for one Pyrite here, and over in the other player's window, I've also charged. And so this is going across the server. The setup I have here is on an internal network, and I'm playing against myself on one machine, and the database in the server is running on another machine. So let me go ahead and click another Pyrite card, choose another element, and I'm going to play this Fire Tiger. Now what has happened is the Fire Tiger has replaced the egg, hence what I said about playing and creating creatures from these eggs. Your cards are actually classified as spirit creatures. These are spirits that you have collected, in essence. And the other types of cards that you have are equips and impulse. Equips are cards that have an effect on the gameplay, but they remain in play. They remain in this section here on the battlefield. Now these cards stay in play, and they have some effect on what goes on, whether it be +2 defense to all your creatures, you gain 1 life every turn. These cards stay in play. The impulse does an action and then it leaves play. These cards, are more like your direct damage cards, or your cards that allow you to boost something up for a quick instant and then they leave after the end of the turn. One of the other things about Force of War, when a card is out of the game, it's gone. There's no coming back. And so there are less surprises in our game and less frustration. So let's go on. I'm going to go to my attack phase here. And just to give you a demonstration of an attack, I'm going to go ahead and attack with this Fire Tiger. And as you can see on both screens, the Fire Tiger is shown in the little attack area here. So let's end our turn. And then let's go over to the other window. The same thing applies here. This player has a hand of Hydra cards. So let's go ahead and charge one Hydra, and then we can play this card here. And if we want to know some information about this card, the Angel Nemesis, we can right click it, and a little context menu comes up that gives you information on it. It says when Angel Nemesis attacks, draw a card. And this also charges for 2 Hydra. So say for instance I wanted to play this card, which is Jade's Power, which is an impulse. So I can click the card here, and it gave me 2 Hydra. So when the creature cards replace the eggs, they have a charge. So you don't lose charge by replacing your eggs. You can actually gain charge by replacing your eggs with certain creatures. So I'm going to go ahead and play this Jade's Power. Jade's Power came into play. I drew my card, and now it's gone. Simple. And I'm going to end my turn. One of the other things I want to make note of here is that Forces of War is turn-based, which means that each player has their own turn and there is no interrupting a player's turn. This also speeds up the gameplay without allowing lots of surprises to happen in the middle of a person's play. Each player has 3 phases: the draw phase, the attack phase, and the play phase. Although the play phase comes before the attack phase and the draw phase comes before the play phase. So it's draw, play, attack, next turn. Draw, play, attack, next turn. In that order. So I'm going to just demonstrate a little bit of the attacking here. So on this side I have attacked with this creature, and on this side I'm given the option to block because I have an active creature on the battlefield. And so combat happens as you would assume. 3 is the attack, 2 is the defense. 1 is the attack, 2 is the defense. And so this creature here should die if I block. But I also have the option to skip a block with my action button here. So I'm going to go ahead and block, and let's just see what happens. And of course, as suspected, the Fire Tiger took 1 damage, and the Angel Nemesis took 3 and was destroyed. And that is the basic gameplay, and I want to thank you all for viewing.